I'm here in the studio today with the Great Jordini, Indiana University's first and only student majoring in magic. Welcome, Jordan.
It's good to be here.
When did you first become interested in magic?
Well, as long as I can remember, I've always been really fascinated by magic. Since I was a little kid, I'd watch magicians perform at parties and on TV and all the things. And when I was 7, that's when I got my first magic trick, which was just a little toy from Toys R Us, magic work set. And I didn't really know how to use it. I kind of broke it and played around, but I really enjoyed having it. And I kept being interested, and my older brother actually used to do magic at my birthday parties. He was into it as well, and of course I would get into all of his magic tricks as well. So finally, when I got old enough, my mom started buying me my own. And when I got to high school, it's kind of when it really took off, because I met some other magicians who knew a lot more than I did, and I would sort of shadow them around. I found out where their classes were, and they'd come out and I'd go up and say, hey, teach me something. And we had a really great friendship, and so I learned a lot in high school, and it was a really great area for me to perform, because I had lots and lots of people that just always were ready to see magic. So it's kind of a great place for me to
Nice.
sort of grow.
Yeah, most definitely. What led you to IU?
Well, I was looking at a lot of different schools, because I originally was going to major in music. I'm a violinist. And I was auditioning for all these different music schools. And when I came to IU, it had been just after the first snow of the year, and it was kind of like it is today, and it's just beautiful outside. And something about this campus just really struck me, and I really love the energy and everything. And when I got into the school, I was like, this is where I want to be. And so I came here as a musician. And then from the first day that I got here, usually when I meet people, I say, I do magic for them. It's sort of my way of introducing myself, breaking the ice. And people said, hey, have you heard of Will Shortz? And I said, no, who's that? They go, oh, he majored in puzzles. I said, what are you talking about, majored in puzzles? And so I sort of heard whispers, I guess you could say, of the individualized major program. And then sort of later on, I actually looked into it and found out that in fact I could major in magic. So I went and pursued that. So.
Nice. Could you tell me more about the process of the individualized major program?
Yeah, pretty much it's there for people who either are doing a lot of different majors and kind of want to bring them all together in one central major instead of triple majoring in different things, if they're sort of connected together, or for majors that don't really exist yet. And it's sort of a launch pad for new majors. The music theater major actually came out of the individualized major program. And there's a lot of fashion design students now that are coming out, and that's actually going to become an actual major, sort of started there. And basically you come up with an idea for a major that you want to do, and you bring it to the staff over at the individualized major program. You say, I want to do this. And they say, okay, well, you have to basically present your case. Say, how is it you're going to study this? What classes do you think are going to apply? And then you have to find some faculty members who you can work with. And I was very lucky in that I sort of met these 2 faculty members. One was Rob Goldstone, who is a psychology professor, and the other is Jeff Nelson, who's a horn professor, but he's also a magician. And so I met them all both sort of by chance. One of them was in a class that I took in robotics, just for fun. It was like a freshman requirement. And the other, I took French horn just for fun. And so I met, Jeff Nelson, and they became my faculty advisors, and they've been really helpful through the whole process.
Oh,
So,
nice.
yeah.
What other areas of concentration are related to majoring in magic?
A lot of psychology, because most people, when they think of magic, think of pulling rabbits out of hats or cutting ladies in half. And obviously there's not a lot of classes here to study that. Well, there's actually no classes. But there's a lot more going on underneath just the illusions. Because when people watch magic, what is it that they're feeling? What is it that they're experiencing? And it all goes back to basic psychological principles. So by studying psychology, you can actually learn a great deal about how the human mind works. And by that regard, you can figure out, why does magic work, as opposed to just doing magic and people reacting to it. So you can sort of get in on a deeper level.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah.
Do you have any specific opportunities or experiences you've gone through since you've been majoring in magic?
Yeah, Since I've been majoring in magic, I've had this great opportunity in that I've gotten a lot of publicity because it's something totally unique that no one else is doing. Out of 30,000 people here at IU, and then all the other colleges, really I'm one of the only person who's majoring in magic. So it gives me this opportunity to sort of rise above the usual other majors and sort of stand out. And because of that, I've gotten a lot of different press and interest from different groups and people. It's sort of given me this ability to, sort of promote myself and also grow as a magician and really have a lot of good opportunities presented for me. So.
Speaking of promoting yourself, where can IU students or staff members in general, members of the community, catch you in action?
Well, I currently perform magic every Saturday night at TGI Fridays over on College Mall Road from about 6:30 to 8:30, 9:30, depending on how busy it is. And I also have a big magic show coming up in April 13th. It's going to be at 8 o'clock, and it's in Alumni Hall. There's 600 seats available, and we're going to start selling tickets in a couple weeks or so. And there'll be information all over campus, and you can check jordini.com as well.
Nice.
For all of that information.
Nice. What specific services do you perform? Like what type of magic? Or can you give a couple examples of magic that you perform?
Well, there's a couple different areas of magic. There's what's called close-up magic, which is sort of, very intimate, a couple people, maybe up to 20 people. There's parlor magic, which is maybe 30 to about 100 people, and then there's stage magic, which is up on a theater. It's kind of the David Copperfield, Lance Burton, that sort of big stage magic. And then close-up is sort of like David Blaine, Chris Angel. Street magic is the new term for close-up magic. And I started out as almost purely close-up because I got into magic so I could really interact with people. And then I've been growing and learning more, and I've actually expanded now, and I do bigger shows, and I can do stage magic for 300, 600, maybe almost 1,000 people. So I'm I have room to grow. So
very cool. Would you be able to perform a trick for us here on the show today?
Yeah, actually, I brought something along here. I've got a deck of cards, and we'll start out with the old classic: pick a card, any card.
Alrighty.
And take anyone out, and go ahead, look at it, remember what it is, and show it to the camera as well. And what I'm going to have you do is I want you to take that card and take this pen. I want you to sign your name on the front of the card, the face of the card, really big. This will do two things. It makes sure it's the only card in the entire world that looks like this. Also, you don't need to remember what your card is, just your name.
Okay. Easy enough.
It makes things easier. Yeah. And place the card back right there when you're done. Perfect. So it goes right into the middle of the deck. All the rest of the cards go on top. Now, I also brought along with me some state quarters. You can see there are all different states. I'd like you to go ahead and pick a quarter, any quarter at all. And also write your initials on the front and back of the quarter to signify that it is in fact your quarter.
Alrighty.
And it's the only one like that in the world. Now, what's going to happen is the quarter is going to find your card for me. I'm actually not going to do much in the way of finding your card because I don't want you to think that I'm using sleight of hand or anything. I'm actually going to impart some magic into your quarter, which is going to then find your card. But we're going to make it a little bit more difficult in that we're actually going to blindfold your quarter.
Oh.
Yeah, makes it twice as hard. So we'll take the quarter just like this, and we'll wrap it up inside the little blindfold paper right there. And you can see that the quarter's still inside there. Can you confirm? You can touch that. It's still inside. Perfect. Yeah. And we'll actually just take the quarter and place it right on top of the deck, just like this. Perfect. Now, there's only one last thing we need to do before your quarter finds your card, which is we need to give it a little bit of motivation, I guess you could say. And there's not much better motivation than a little bit of fire. So there we go. Ooh. Exploding match over there. Everyone okay? Okay.
Yeah, we're in the clear.
So watch closely, because this is going to happen very quickly. Just a little bit of fire on the quarter, and it's going to attempt to find your card completely blindfolded. Watch.
Whoa.
And you'll notice, if you look, the quarter has actually burned down through the cards. Almost exactly half the deck, all the way down. And it's resting on top of one card in particular. And in fact, you can feel that quarter. You can feel it's still warm
Yeah.
from the fire there.
Got my
It's
marker
resting
on it.
on one card, which happens to be the very card that you picked. And
Very
like
cool.
that,
Very
so.
cool. Awesome. Well,
Yeah.
is there anything else you'd like to add about magic or students in the individualized major program in general?
Yeah, it's a great program. I mean, it gives wonderful opportunities to all the students that are in it. I highly encourage everyone to check it out. And come see me on April 13th at Alumni Hall. Tickets will be going on sale very soon. And I hope to see you at the show.
Most definitely. Well, thank you for being here today.
Definitely, it was great.
Nice. And when we return, we'll have weather and some more news for you. Stay tuned.